Hi everyone and welcome to a new episode of Day's Podcast along with a new video. I know it's been a while since I've made a new video, but we are gonna continue to make more. I really and truly appreciate you all liking, subscribing, viewing, watching, and listening. And I will continue to make as much content as possible. Um, we're going towards February. Like January is, pushing right through. Um, so today, despite Patreon and Spotify having exclusive content, which I will be updating, we will be doing free content as we normally do. And of course, on today's video, we're going to talk about someone we may have already talked about already, but we're going to take things a step further. So today we're going to talk about Rihanna's Music of the Sun. So let's get into it. Music of the Sun is the debut studio album by Barbadian singer Rihanna. It was released on August 29th, 2005 by Def Jam Recordings. Prior to signing with Def Jam, Rihanna was discovered by record producer Evan Rogers in Barbados, who helped Rihanna record demo tapes to send out to several record labels. Jay-Z, the former chief executive officer and president of Def Jam, was given Rihanna's demo by Jay Brown, his A&R at Def Jam, and invited her to audition for the label after hearing the song that would become her first single upon the replay. She auditioned for Jay-Z and L.A. Reid, the former CEO and president of record label group the Island Def Jam Music Group, and was signed on the spot to prevent her from signing with another record label. So, I believe Rihanna was born in '88. So, this at the time that this was recorded was 2004, because of course one of the demos is on the replay, so that was prior to her even seeing Jay-Z and being in the States. So, from what it says, 2004 to 2005, that would make Rihanna 16. Her birthday is in February, which is next month, but that would make her 16. We've seen teen artists that would start as early as 14. And, this isn't really anything new. I know there's a lot of speculations on things in this time that we're in right now. This is, I tell you guys, and you can go back to over 100 parts, that when I make my content, we strictly talk about the artistry and the person as a whole. Now, as far as exclusives, where we can, dig a little deeper and just have members only and we can all connect and comment and things like that, that's different. And on there, we're even as discreet as we are making free videos, because there's nothing more than, what the artist or person, individual will tell us. There isn't anything I feel that Rihanna isn't, truly not being honest about. Like most artists, I think most artists, even in their music, are honest about things. And I've been able to pitch that a lot. After Rihanna was signed by Jay-Z, she continued to work with Rogers and his production partner, Carl Sturken, as well as other music producers such as Poke and Tone D, Super Ducks, Chin Q, and Stargate. Music of the Sun features vocals from Canadian rapper Cardinal, official music group J Status, and Jamaican singer Vybz Kartel. Music of the Sun is a dance pop, dance hall, and R&B album. It also incorporates elements of pop, hip hop, Latin pop, and other Caribbean music genres such as reggae and soca music. Music of the Sun received generally mixed reviews from music critics, some of whom complimented its dancehall and Caribbean-inspired songs, while others criticized some of the production. Now, before I can continue, we have a lot of artists now that are more or less from the Caribbean, male and female, and I commend them all, because there were artists that were here before Rihanna that didn't get as much recognition or as much of a play, if you will. It would be, their hits and that was it. And that was for a lot of artists back in the day. So, the consumption that we have now with whatever favorite artists that you guys now have, you got to thank a lot of the people that were before them. And I say that on all genres, because if they didn't do what they were doing at that time, the person that you love wouldn't be able to have the opportunity, because somebody had to be there for that person to actually come forth and be like, all right, well, I'll do it too. Okay? No matter how you look at it. Yes. So commercially, the album was a modest success, debuting at number 10 on the U.S. Billboard 200 and number 6 on the U.S. top R&B hip hop albums. In addition, it peaked within the top 40 of album charts in Germany, New Zealand, Switzerland, and the United Kingdom. It produced two singles, Ponder Replay and If It's Lovin' That You Want, the former of which peaked at number 2 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 and number 1 on the U.S. Dance Club Songs. Music of the Sun was certified platinum by the Recording Academy. Rihanna promoted the album along with her next release with her debut concert tour, Rihanna Live in Concert. So when they say next release, they're talking about A Girl Like Me, which we will talk about in a separate video. But yes, Ponder Replay came out May 24th, 2005. So literally in the midst of me turning 11. And then if it's Loving That You Want came out August 16th, 2005. So 2005, like that summer, she was really, coming in. And I don't think a lot of people were ready. I mean, clearly when you're seeing top 10, it's like, well, wait a minute now. We used to seeing Rihanna be nothing. Of course, like I've told y'all in previous videos, there's times that artists don't always just go straight to number 1. Okay? There's times that they have to build up, whether it's a song or an album. And sometimes, we don't always realize that because we fall in love with more or less the songs than the actual body of work sometimes. Well, at least not me. I love whatever is given, okay? Other people be like, well, this song. It's like, all right, well, the album. So, yes. Before signing to Def Jam Records, Rihanna was discovered in her home country, Barbados, by American record producer Evan Rogers. The two met in December of 2004. And she sang a few covers, whether it was from Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston was also cited, and Destiny's Child as well. So she was very aware of, the United States and music out here and the culture. It's just that, she wanted to have her own start and beginning, which, it's only right for her, But yes, at the age of 16, Rihanna was signed to Rogers and Carl Sturken's production company. So, like I said, there's times that people are managed to go forth to see who will be able to not just market, but sell and distribute, things like that. And it happens a lot. It don't always just be I'm walking in the office and get into me. Not everybody be having that opportunity. Sometimes, if we're, in the times of 2025, clearly, you have people that just literally just go viral and then they get, a random call like, hey, we see what you were doing. Now, though, I don't take random calls. I need to be able to know who I'm talking to. And the thing is, she herself was still very young, and this was something she truly wanted. But yeah, let's see here. But yeah, generally mixed reviews from music critics. One of the summer's biggest and most seductive club tracks as far as for Ponder Replay. But for them to say mixed reviews, pretty much at the time, there was all these new artists coming out. Not to say beside her, but in the time that she was coming out too. And, we're talking 2005. So men was really, getting pushed a lot more, unfortunately. Female groups was kind of not being as much of a thing. Movies were more or less being done because people was feeling like, well, listen, if they can come see me on the big screen, they'll have an album. There was just certain things that was happening in the mid 2000s that, I feel like they just couldn't see what we was all seeing fully from her yet. But yeah, it peaked at number 10 with 69,000 copies in its first week. And there's just, it's something because after 5 months of release, the album was certified gold on January 1st, 2006, denoting shipments of over 5,000 copies. By the time Rihanna released her third studio album, Good Girl Gone Bad, 2007, the album had sold 539,000 copies, making it a slower selling album than the others in her repertoire. Um, so that happens. Um, think of your fave where you say to yourself, their debut album. Are you listening to that now in 2025, the whole thing? Or are you listening to songs that are from there into a playlist that would credit the fact that you listened to most of the album? Think about it, because that's no different than what's going on, in retrospective when she released more music and we was falling in love with her even more from, just her just coming out and being like, hey, so I think, again, nowadays, people with this, going to be this album turning 20 by the summer, will probably, dip back a little bit and kind of see, like, but I tell you right now, wait a minute. Internationally, Music of the Sun failed to achieve a comparable level of chart success. In the United Kingdom, the album debuted and peaked at number 35 on the UK albums chart, and the chart issue dated on October 10th, 2005. Um, okay. Yeah. As of June 2015, the album had sold 623,000 copies in the U.S. As of August 28th, 2020, the Recording Academy certified the album platinum. So not even about 5 years ago or so, it's been platinum or more, Let's go look at the track list. So track 1 is Ponder Replay. So we already start with the single. Like, you just start it and it's just, hey, But Ponder Replay is a good song. I think that, we were getting not even to say a preview, but just a good stamp of where Rihanna was going from this album, because we got so many errors from here. Track 2, Here I Go Again, featuring Jay Status. Track 3, If It's Loving That You Want. Track 4, You Don't Love Me, No, 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 featuring Vybz Kartel. Track 5, That La La La. Track 6, The Last Time. Track 7, Willing to Wait. Track 8, Music of the Sun. Track 9, Let Me. Track 10, Rush, featuring Cardinal Official. Track 11, There's a Thug in My Life, featuring Intro by Jay Status. Track 12, Now I Know. Track 13, Pon the Replay Remix, featuring Elephant Man, and that's a bonus track. The United Kingdom bonus track, track 14, Should I, featuring Jay Status. And then there's a Japanese bonus track, track 15, Hypnotized. So again, like I was saying, it's not that the album was bad. I thought the album was good. There is definitely more listens that can happen for this album. Though I feel as though when this album was released, if I were to segue not completely into A Girl Like Me, just want to kind of see something real quick. Let's kind of just segue into when I'll possibly talk about this album. So yeah, A Girl Like Me was released April 10th. So August to December is about 4 months or so, right? So April is 4 months, three and a half, damn near, from well, not 3.5, but you know what I mean. It's 3 months from January, as opposed to 4 months from August. So about 7 to 8 months later, we have another Rihanna album. So we will make time to talk about it. But it kind of lets people know from this release here that she's not going anywhere. But I thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I truly appreciate it, and we'll be back with more.